The second advent, he comes down there and lands. At the second advent, when he comes, he gets all the kingdoms of the world. Amen? And at the second advent, he has to feed those Jews with bread in the wilderness. Revelation chapter 12, Micah chapter 6. See that? You know what the devil did? He tempted Christ to do something that Christ had to do, but tried to get him to do it at the wrong time. Now that shows how subtle the devil is. Now, brethren, you need to think about that. Do you know the devil can tell you that you ought to be witnessing when you ought to be working? You talk about subtle, man. Do you know the devil can get you thinking that you ought to be studying when you ought to be witnessing? Do you know the devil can get you thinking when you ought to be studying, when you ought to be spending some time with your family? Do you know the devil gets you thinking you ought to be spending time with your family when you ought to be praying? It's a mess, ain't it? I mean, you had no idea it was that complicated, did you, see? I mean, you just charge on there and just figure you set up your own schedule. You're dealing with the devil. Man, those guys underestimate you. They underestimate you. You talk about power, man. That's power. To get you to do the right thing at the wrong time. See? Now, a couple of years, a year or so back, we had some young men get in some trouble. What were they doing? They were doing the right thing in the wrong way. The thing? It's crafty, man. It's crafty. It'll take all the prayer you got and all the power you got and all the spiritual sermons you have to regulate your life according to the Lord. It'll take I thank God I still am able to travel up and down this country, because every time I go, I can probably pick up 5 to 100 more people that are going to pray for me. And I need the prayers, brother. I need the prayers. I need all I can get. It's a great thing when you know you got 70,000 people praying for you. That's a real blessing, brother. And I could use about 70,000 more because I know what I'm up against. You get up against something like that, man, that's power, boy. That is power. You think about it being so smart that he could do that and have the thing recorded twice in a book, and then 150,000 saved intellectual Christians read it and couldn't even understand it. That's power, boy. That's power. All right, we'll take a break. Question.